here we are. Welcome to my home studio. I'm so happy to see you all this morning. I really am. I wanted to share with you what I've been thinking about this morning. So this morning, I was thinking about how the autonomic nervous system. So it has two parts, our nervous system. We have the parasympathetic, and then we have the sympathetic. So parasympathetic takes care of the body at rest. You're resting, your digestion. Sympathetic takes care of your body when it feels it's facing trouble. So that's the fight or flight part of your nervous system. And I just wanted to share with you some of the actual differences between those two states of being. Because, you know, when we think about, oh, let's do some yoga, let's do some meditation to nourish the body, to support the body, you know, it's not just like woo-woo. It's actually real. It's actually scientific in the body. What yoga, meditation, breath work can do for your well-being. So let me just share with you just a couple of things before we start, a couple of details. When your body detects the tiger and you need to react, and we're reacting to a lot of tigers right now in our world, this is the fight or flight. Your body speeds up, tenses up, becomes more alert. The heart contracts, your heart rate increases, bronchial tubes dilate, all your muscles in your body contract, the stomach movement decreases, the secretions decrease, saliva production increases, adrenaline is released, and there's a decrease in urinary output. And that's just some of the stuff that your body starts to do when it's fearful. What we want to use yoga and meditation and breath work for is to teach the body how to get out of that fight or flight syndrome and to come back to the resting state, homeostasis. What happens in a resting state? It restores the body to a sense of calm. Your heart rate decreases. Your bronchial tubes can relax and constrict. Your muscles relax. The stomach movement increases. Saliva production increases, so you don't have that dry mouth anymore. So these are concrete ways that we can use the tools of yoga to support and nourish our bodies. So here we go. Please find a comfortable seat, whether it's on your chair or the floor or props. And take a moment now to just bring your awareness into the foundation of your pose. That's whatever's touching the floor or a prop. So your feet are balanced, the hips are balanced in weight, the hands can rest on your lap. And from that grounding, from there, lengthen your spine as you breathe in, lift your sternum, float the shoulders up and back, shoulder blades move in towards spine, back of neck is long. And now please close your eyes, or 3/4 close your eyes, and gaze at a point in front of you. And now gently take a full breath in, breathing through the nostrils if you can, and a long breath out. And again, a full breath in, and a long breath out. And as you breathe in, feel the rib cage expand. As you breathe out, allow that rib cage to contract very naturally. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now I invite you to listen into the sound of the bell as a gentle reminder to come to this moment right now together, this wonderful moment where we are practicing together to support ourselves and each other. And finally, before we stand up to move, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. It can be, oh, I just want to try something new today. It can be, I want to dedicate the positive energy of my practice to someone in my life that needs a little extra positive thought, a little love and light sent out. And when you're ready, please come to standing. So take your chair and put it at the front of your mat with the high back facing you, and make sure the 4 feet of the chair are securely on your mat so it doesn't slip out. And then come to stand in mountain pose. With hands on hips, bend your knees. Your feet are about 5 to 7 inches apart. Parallel the feet. Bend your knees, root through the 4 corners of your feet, the big toe mound, the inner heel, the pinky toe mound, and the outer heel. So get nice and rooted. Feel that support of the earth. Come to standing. Please turn the palms out. As you stand, lift your sternum, your shoulders, draw the shoulder blades in towards spine, and gently press your navel back towards spine. Back of neck is long. With palms open, you're in mountain pose, Tadasana pose. Firm your feet, firm your legs, and gently breathe here. Wonderful. Then inhale, lift the arms, look up, stretch up, exhale, and release your arms. So coordinate the breath and the movement. Inhale first, and then the movement comes, the arms are lifting. Exhale, and release the arms. And again, inhale, fill the breath with movement. Exhale, the movement fills the breath. And again, inhale, strong feet, strong legs as you lift your arms. Exhale and release. Good. Now, turn your right palm out, lift that arm up and circle that wrist with the other hand, and now come into a crescent. So with your thighs moving back, hips move back, navel moves back, you stretch that whole right side of your body and breathe. And open the breath, send the breath to the intercostal muscles. Use the breath to calm the body. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release those arms. Other side. Turn your left palm out. Inhale, lift up and circle that wrist and stretch. Reroute through the feet and legs. It feels like your thighs are working so much they lift your kneecaps up. And really stretch. Enjoy this stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And on the next inhalation, rise up and release the arms. Now let's do standing cat-cow. So bend your knees now. Inhale, arch your spine, look forward. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, arch, press your elbows toward your ribs. Exhale, round, scoop out the belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. I'll show you from the side. Inhale, arch. Look forward. Exhale and round. Now keep going at your own breath pace. Might be slower. It might be faster. Again, breath and movement. Coordinate the breath with the movement. Inhaling, you're arching. You're exhaling, you're rounding. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Next time you're inhaling and arching, stay there. Continue to squeeze your elbows in toward your ribs. Engage your upper back muscles. Then place hands on hips. Press into the floor and come up to standing. Wonderful. Now let's do moving powerful chair. Create some heat in the body. So your feet are rooted. Inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Good. Now pause a moment here. I want you to look at your knees. Make sure they're parallel. Not falling in. Not widening out too much. Center of patella, center of kneecap, pointing over base of second toe. Keeping that. Inhale, rise up. Exhale over the arms. Keep going. Inhale, 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 lift your arms. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Sit like you're sitting in a chair. Hips back, torso forward. Then press into your feet to straighten the legs. Lift your arms. Exhale, release the arms. Either rest or do two more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open those fingers. And exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale, sit. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Let's do a moving warrior one. So come to the front of your mat. You can be behind your chair if you're using a chair. And hold on, step the right leg back. Turn the right toes out about 30 degrees. Square your hips to the front of your mat. And now bend the front knee. So important here is rooting the big toe mound and the inner heel and pointing your kneecap straight forward. Bow for a moment. And as you come back into a more upright position, press your navel toward your spine and your tailbone down. Good. Keeping that, bend the front knee and lift your arms. Now let's just test the warrior one position. If that feels hard on your balance, you can widen the back foot off to the right a little bit for a broader foundation. Good. Now straighten the front leg. And let's start here. We'll go into the moving series. Inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Open your chest. Exhale and release. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, as you pull your elbows back, you engage the upper back muscles, the rhomboids, and then straighten the leg and release. Rooting through the feet. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Like you're going to touch someone you love. Really reach. And then inhale, draw the elbows back. Splay those fingers. Good for carpal tunnel. And release. One more or rest. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw back. Open the heart area wide across the top chest. Exhale and release. Hold on and step forward. Shake it out. Please take your left leg back. The right toes are pointing straight forward. The back foot is opened out about 30 degrees. Please bend your front knee and bow. Square your hips. Come to lift the torso more vertical. Now straighten the front leg and just test your balance. How does that feel? Again, if you need a little bit more security in the balance, take your left foot more to the left. Broader foundation, okay? Starting here with straight legs. Remember, root the inner edge of your front foot a lot, like crazy glue, the big toe mound, the inner heel, into the floor. Let's begin. Inhale, raise the arms. As you exhale, bend the front knee and reach. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the arms, strong feet, strong legs. Exhale, bend your front knee and bow the torso forward. Reach. Inhale, draw back, open the chest, open the heart area. And release. And again, inhale, lift the arms, exhale. Inhale, draw back, exhale. One more. Flow with it, enjoy it if you can. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, draw your elbows back. Exhale and release. Hold on to the chair, step forward and release. Now let's do half dog or full down dog. So if you're doing full down dog, you'll come onto all fours and then you'll open your fingers nice and wide for your down dog. Those of us with the chair, sit back until your arms are straight. Bend your knees, look back at your feet, everyone. I want your feet to be about 5 to 7 inches apart. Toes pointing forward, kneecaps pointing forward. And now let's think about the upper body. Your knees are bent to start. Lift your upper arms, lift your armpits, lift your upper chest and the navel. So your navel presses up towards ceiling. Keeping all of that, melt between the shoulder blades a little bit, like you make like a little valley between the blades. Stretch your spine and breathe. Tailbone back, heart forward. Breathe here. Now, bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and lean into the straight leg hip. And then alternate that. And feel your hamstrings. So even though you're working the legs a little bit now, do not collapse the upper chest. So keep lifting your upper arms while you're bending one knee and straightening the other leg. Keep lifting the upper arms, the upper chest, the navel. So keep that core engagement, navel pressing towards spine. Very good. And walk forward. And shake out any tension you may have created. Really good. Let's open the shoulders now a little bit more using the strap. So take a wide stance, your feet are outer hip width apart. And take a good length of strap. Maybe, it will vary, you'll have to see. You could start with say maybe 4 foot length between your hands. Pulling the strap taut, inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, take it back a little bit. You'll start to feel a pectoral stretch. Maybe you'll go more, maybe more. Maybe more, maybe more, maybe all the way down to your hips. Maybe not this week or this month, don't worry. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale and release. So the challenge is, can you keep pulling the strap nice and taut? So there's an active action in the arms of pulling your hands apart from each other. And as you take the arms back behind you, lower your front ribs. Yes, good. And just breathe into that. Let's stay there a moment. Stay at whatever, whatever position is appropriate for you today. So I want you to feel a stretch, but I don't want you to go to pain ever. And then come back, either rest or try one more. And in between, you can roll your shoulders out. Just let go of any tension you may have created. Okay, let's try together. Inhale, exhale. Right, we're all on the computer too much. This is a wonderful exercise to do. I encourage you to leave your strap next to wherever you're doing your computer work, and do this every hour or so. Get up and move. All right, now let's just do this one. Armpit to armpit with measure. Pull it taut. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take it behind your neck, but not on your neck. Now press your elbows back behind yourself. Pull your hands apart. Feel the rhomboids engage. The upper back muscles between your shoulder blades, feel that. Lower the front ribs down. You might even feel a little bit of shaking if you're really actively doing it. You're pulling your hands apart. At the same time, you're squeezing your elbows back. A little shaking, very common. And then come on up and release. Good, roll the shoulders up and back and down and back and up and down. Let's let that go now. And I'd like you to do something for your feet and your ankles. So you can hold onto the chair for security, or no hands holding for more challenge. Tadasana feet. Parallel feet, a few inches apart from each other. Bend your knees. Come onto your tiptoes. The heels are lifting. This will engage your calves. Straighten the legs. You're still on the tiptoes. Heels are lifted. Bend your knees. Heels are lifted and you're breathing. And lower down through the whole foot. Knees are bent. Just stay there and breathe. Good. I'm going to show you from this angle now. We'll repeat that. So bend your knees. Lift your heels. Straighten the legs. Bend your knees. Are you breathing? Straighten the legs again, just to throw in a surprise. Bend the knees. And now roll down through the whole foot. Keep your knees bent. Feel your shins. Feel your calves. Good. Now, put all your weight on one foot. Lift the other and do some circles. So I want you to feel any resistance, any stickiness. Try to make smooth circles. Smooth circles in one direction, then change direction. For more challenge, you don't hold on, right? Your hands could be on your hips. But it's there for you if you need it. The chair's there. And switch. Root. And roll the ankle. And gently breathe. Your ankles are working a lot for you all day long, so we want to give a little TLC to the ankles, a little tender, loving care to the ankles. Excellent. And release. Good. Bring the feet together. Bend your knees and just roll your knees around a little bit. And roll the other way. Breathe. Excellent. And come to standing. Now, facing the front of your mat or your backup chair, take the right leg back in a parallel lunge. So you're here, you're gonna bow, lift your back heel up, lift your back thigh up, your hips up, and then keeping a sense of lightness in the back leg, bend your front knee. Good, good. Square your hips. You can stay here. This is a great place to stay. Work the steadiness and grounding in the feet and lower body. Or for more challenge, navel towards spine, tailbone down, lift one arm, alternate, or both arms lifting. Gently breathe. Good. Or try this one. Interlace your hands behind your back, reach your knuckles toward the back of your mat, lift your chest, breathe. So any of these variations are wonderful to try. Let your breath be the guide. If you find you're holding your breath, you might be overworking. So I don't want you to overwork, but I also don't want you to underwork. So find that place where you can hold the pose and have a smooth inhalation and a smooth exhalation, then release and shake out. Okay, let's go to the other side. Right knee is vertical over front ankle. Lift your back heel, engage the gastrocnemius, the calf. You might even need to scoot that foot back a little more. Lift your back thigh, lift your hips. Please bend the front knee. You got it. All right. Now you can stay here. Again, you're working that steadiness and strength in your legs. Just staying right here. Breathe. Now for more challenge, navel towards spine, tailbone down. Lift one arm. Maybe alternate. Maybe both arms. Lift your chest. Lift up out of the waistline. Steady the lower body. And then from here, if you want to go to the interlace behind your back, try that. Reach your knuckles toward the back of your mat. Lift your chest. Breathe into the heart area. Open the heart area. Open the pectoral area. This is a wonderful counter pose, counter to too much typing on the computer. Gently breathe. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. Hold on. Step forward and take a nice breath in and a long breath out. All right, now please turn your chair around. And let's go for quarter dog or again another full down dog. Now those of you that are putting your hands on the floor into a full down dog, please make your hands wide enough. Look down, center of wrist in line with outer upper arm. Index fingers parallel, even spaces between your fingers. Those of us on the chair, again, look, make the 4 feet of your chair on your mat for stability. Just check. Hold on to the front corners of your chair, step back, into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Please bend your knees. When you bend your knees, it frees up your hamstrings and it gives you more concavity in the lower lumbar spine. So this part of your spine, you want to have a little curve into your body. That's the natural shape of the lower lumbar area. You want the sit bones to rise up, the ischial tuberosities. I love saying that. The sit bones rise up. And then from here now, you lift your arms, lift your upper chest, lift your navel. Did you see how that took some length? It gave me some length in the spine, especially the lower lumbar, so I'm not overarching. Now, hips back, thighs back, stretch. So feel like from your heart, you stretch down the arms into your hands, and then from the heart, stretch up the back, up to your hips, and then down the backs of the legs. And stretch and breathe. Really good. Come forward into plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Lift your thighs, lift your hips, lift your navel, lift the back of your head. Breathe. Good, good. Strong arms. Make your arms strong. Make your shoulders strong here. So you're using your own body weight to increase bone strength. And now pull hips back, thighs back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You'll start to understand that all the poses have Sanskrit names. And then come forward Plank pose. Breathe here. Navel's lifting. It feels like you're rounding your back. That's going to make your core very strong. And go back. Downward facing dog. Enjoy. Nod your head yes. Nod your head no. I like to imagine that my brain is just emptying out a little bit. Any worries, any concerns, any anxieties, I just let it go for now. For now, I'm right here, right now, on my mat, practicing present moment awareness, breathing. Good, and now walk forward. Bend your knees. Open your arms out like an airplane. Inhale, lift the arms, reach the ceiling. Exhale the hands in front of the heart. Good. Now let's do eagle arms. Okay, right arm is forward. Left arm scissors underneath. Sit the top elbow in the crook of the bottom elbow. Your hands might come like this or like this. Or if that's too hard, hold on to your shoulders. And whatever position you've chosen for your arms, I'd like you to roll the arms around in the shoulder socket. So get some movement in that shoulder joint. You might feel the backs of your upper arms. You might feel the back of the back, the upper back. Gently circle. And the other way. Good. And now from here, center your elbows in front of your chest. Now try to lower your forearms as if they could be parallel to the floor. Against the weight of your elbows in the center of your chest, lift your sternum. Retract your upper arm bones. Feel that. Now I'm going to add the legs. Now some of you have been in class with me where I show you how to use the wall for this pose. And I'm going to show you that now again, in case you need a little more steadiness. You can go to a wall, put your hips on the wall, feet are parallel, and you bow the torso. Then you lift your left leg up and over and place the ball of foot on the floor. Let me move this chair so you can see me better. I'm here at the wall. Left leg comes up and over. Both hips are on the wall. And you're here. Now for more challenge, you start to bow your elbows. Good, good. And then those of you without the chair, you're getting a little bit more challenge in terms of the balance. Gently squeeze the arms, squeeze your legs, and gently bow and breathe. So eagle pose, Garudasana. You can imagine yourself a big, beautiful bird flying over a cliff, high in the sky maybe, looking down. This pose invites us to take a wide look, a wide perspective at all our problems, to stand back, breathe, fly, take the wide view. It gets a little distance, right? Put a little distance between ourselves and our worries. To come out of it, please press down, root into the foundation as you lift up. Shake out any tension you may have created. Other side, left arm forward, right arm underneath. Again, you're scissoring the top elbow, the left elbow in the crook of the bottom elbow. You scissor. And then your palms maybe will come to press, or maybe not. Or maybe you have to just hold your shoulders. Do some circles. Whatever position your arms are in, try to get some synovial fluid going in your shoulder joint. That's the body's natural lubrication that is produced when you move your body, move your joints. Good, now center your elbows. Lower your forearms as if they could come to a parallel to the floor position. Good. Against the weight of your elbows, lift your chest, lift your sternum, retract your upper arm bones back into the shoulder sockets. And then we'll add the legs. So separate your feet, bend the knees. The right leg is going to come over the left. Again, if you need the wall, just go right to the wall. Hips are on the wall. Lift your right leg up and over, press the ball of foot on the floor, and gently bow. Now, if that feels really hard, just skip the legs. Just have your legs be nicely rooted, parallel, and just work the upper body. So you're here. Breathe. Maybe go a little deeper. Maybe take the elbows in front of your knees. This is a good opportunity to hug yourself. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs. Give yourself a nice hug. Excellent. To come out of the pose, remember, I want you to reroot. So press down into whatever's touching the floor and come up and release. Good. Now just swing your arms out and together, out and together, out and together, just to release any tension. Good. Now let's do one more balancing pose, tree pose. You can bring your chair back into place so that you can hold on to it with one hand should you need to. Put all your weight on your right foot. Come into tree. You could do this position with ball of foot pressing into the floor, or this. Sole of foot on the inner calf, or all the way up to your inner thigh. You can hold on to this foot like I'm modeling. Maybe take one hand in the heart. Maybe lift your arms. I'll just show you that. I'll show you the basic foot position. This is the most stable. Hands can be here, elbows can lift, palms can lift. Separate your palms. Get strong into the foot. So root some energy downward. And then from that rooting, lift your upper body. Stretch the branches of your tree. And those that want max challenge, once you've stabilized your foundation, please close your eyes. The chair is here for you in case you need to grab it. Good, and release. Switch it up. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Switch. You're pressing the ball of foot into floor, so your left leg is rooted, your right leg is bent and opened out a little bit. That's position A. Position B, you lift that foot just on the inner calf or all the way up to your inner thigh. Never put sideways pressure on the knee. Okay, so I want that foot to be below the knee or above the knee. Now, if your foot stays, what can help is scissoring the inseam of your thigh to the sole of the foot. So there's this squeezing action. This is adduction. So as much pressure as this foot is pressing on your thigh, the thigh presses back to the foot. Also, hug your hips toward each other. Hands can rest in prayer or one hand on chair. Or lift elbows, lift palms. Stretch the upper body. Stretch the branches of your tree. Get rooted, especially that medial edge of that weight-bearing foot. Big toe mound presses, inner heel presses. Again, once you're stabilized, if you'd like more challenge or max challenge, gently close your eyes. It does help to pick a gaze point for your eyes. This is called a drishti point. So those of you that have your eyes open, pick a soft gaze, either on the floor in front of you, or on the wall in front of you. Excellent. Good, good. And gently release. And shake it out. All right, now let's move on to, we'll do two things seated, and then we'll come back to do some standing poses, the warrior poses. So come to sit on your chair. We'll do ankle to knee pose. If you're not using a chair, you can come to lay on your back. You lay on your back, knees bent, and then do left ankle to right knee. So lengthening your spine. Left ankle to right knee. Rock a little bit side to side. And then you'll bow your torso forward a little bit in one piece, one long piece. Right from where your thighs go into your hip socket, you bow forward. Important here, foot is flexed, toes are spread. And you'll stay here and breathe. Now I'm going to jump to the floor just to show those of you that are doing it without the chair. So So those in the chair, stay there. Keep breathing. Keep working and playing. So you're on your back. You take your knees are bent. Your left knee goes to the right knee. Now here, you're going to pick up the right foot, interlace your hands behind the right thigh, and pull that knee toward your right armpit. Again, the foot is flexed. Toes are flared. What does flexed mean? Flexed means you're pulling the toes back toward its own knee. And then this one, flexed. I'm pulling the toes back to its own knee. Now, if it works on your body and you're on the floor like me, press your left elbow into your left thigh, so you're pressing your left thigh away from your torso, all at the same time. The right leg is pulling in toward right armpit. The left elbow presses left thigh away from you. And as you're holding the pose, you can increase the challenge by interlacing your hands above the right knee. Good. I hope you didn't just hear my stomach growl. But see, that's what I mean. When you start to calm the body down, the digestive energy flows more freely. So that's a good sign. If you hear stomach gurgles, it's good, it's working. You're calming your autonomic system down. You're calming it down, your sympathetic system. Okay, so switch everybody. Those of you on the chair, now put right ankle to left knee. Those of us on the floor, I'm going to show you the floor first since I'm here already. Right ankle to left knee. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh. So your left hand is on the outside of the left leg. The right hand is at the space between your thighs. And you interlace and gently pull the left knee toward your left armpit. Press the right elbow to the right thigh. Press it away. Feet are flexed, everyone. Toes are flared, everyone. And gently breathe. Good. I'm going to jump up to the chair. You guys stay here. Another few breaths. Just want to catch up to the people on the chair. So those of you on the chair, I'm sure you're already there. Right ankle to left knee. Sometimes I hold the sidebar and lift my hips up and then replace my hips so that it's evenly weighted. That's important. Flex your feet, flare the toes, lengthen in your spine, and gently bow. You might notice right away which side is tighter, which side is a little bit more comfortable. So gently breathe into that. Notice. It's not about judgment. It's just about really tuning into your body. And really giving appreciation for whatever your body can do today. That's important. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. And release, please. Let's take seated forward fold. So those of us in the chair, you can hold onto your knees. You could also grab a block and put it between your feet. Those of you on the floor, you can do straight leg forward fold. Your legs will be together and you'll bow the torso forward. So here on the chair, we bow. This is position A. If you get dizzy when your head goes below your heart, just stay here. Or you can go hands to block. Or you can go hands to floor. Release your neck, release your head. Nod your head, yes. Nod your head, no. Feel a stretch along the whole entire back body. In the neck, the weight of your head is creating a nice traction to elongate the cervical spine. Breathe here as you breathe in. See if you can expand your belly against your thighs. And as you breathe out, let the belly retract away from your thighs. Good, good. You can stay here and breathe. And whenever you need to come up, come up. Those of you that are on the floor, this is what it looked like. You started here and then you walked your hands alongside your legs and bow. Stay a few more breaths, whichever position you're doing. And then release. And take a moment to just take a full breath in and a long breath out. Good. And now let's do, come back up to standing. And I want to do warrior two and extended side angle. So using the chair, if you're using the chair, put it in the center of your mat with the back 2 feet on the long edge of your mat. And if you're not using a chair, you can take your blocks, put one here and one here. Stand in the center of your mat. Take a wide stance. Parallel your feet. Good. Now look down at your feet, and I want you to just widen the heels out a tiny bit more. Yeah. And now open your left toes 90 degrees to the left. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, bend that front knee. Eyeball it. I want you to be your own teacher. So look at your knee and notice, is it falling into the big toe side? Don't let it do that. Open it more toward the pinky side. Good. So that front arm is lifted, shoulder height. Now, drag your torso back toward the back leg, okay? Pull it back gently. Good. You can stay here, working the feet and the legs, holding onto the chair, or come into the full pose, arms out, shoulder level. Strong feet, strong legs. Stretch your spine. From your heart, stretch out into your fingertips. Bend the front knee any amount more you can. Back leg is straight and strong. Try to get a sense that your feet are evenly weighted. Your back foot is as heavy as your front foot. Good. Press down to straighten the front leg and come out of the pose. Parallel your feet. Walk your feet in together. March in place. Let go of any tension you may have created in the pose. And let's go to the other side. Parallel the feet. And then widen your heels out a little bit more. Open the right toes 90 degrees to the right. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. Take a glance down. Draw an imaginary line from the front heel, straight back. That line should bisect the arch of your back foot. Okay, just get that attention. Lift your front arm, the right arm. Draw your torso back a little bit, back toward the back leg. Yeah, you can stay here with that right arm out shoulder level and the gaze is over the middle fingers of your right hand. Check that front knee. Make sure it's not falling into the big toe side. That's the peril in the pose. It's not good for your knee. So the kneecap's pointing straight forward or even a little open toward the pinky side of that foot. And now the back arm can lift. Again, get rooted in your feet. Bend the front knee any amount more you can. And then stretch your spine, lift your sternum, and expand the pose. Expand. Take up maximum space in the room. Check in with your breath. Deep inhalation. Long exhalation. Beautiful. This is Virabhadrasana 2. Good, good. And hold on. Press down to come out of the pose. Walk your feet together. March in place. Let's repeat that and then we'll morph it into extended side angle pose. So I also want to say, if you're getting tired and you want to rest, feel free to skip a pose. Take a wide stance. Open your left toes 90 degrees. Turn your back toes in a little bit. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. Right away, please take that front forearm onto your front thigh. Palm is up. You're really leaning on your thigh like it's a shelf. So that elbow and the forearm is really on your thigh. Now, from here, either your hand is on the chair or your hand is on your hip. And stay here a moment. I would like you to revolve the torso open. So before you lift your top arm, really get that inherent twist going. The lower belly sweeps up to the top belly. Shoulder blades are on your back. Your shoulders are moving back. And you could stay here holding onto the chair or lay the top arm along the top edge of your body and then reach all the way over your top ear. Root through the outer edge of your back foot. Lift the top ear to the inner arm and stretch. the whole top edge of your body. Breathe into that. Good. Those that want to go deeper, the bottom hand can come to a block, any height you choose, or the floor. So really enjoy this stretch. I know it's some work, it's a good amount of work, but use your breath to give you the strength and the energy to do it, to come out of the pose. When you're ready, I want you to hold on, press down. You can even press off that front knee and straighten the legs. Let's go right away to the other side. Inhale, lift the front arm. Exhale, bend the front knee. Align. Good. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's go right into Parsvakonasana. Front elbow is going to bend and rest on that front thigh. Palm is up. With the palm up, it helps to keep that bottom shoulder open. That's important. Top hand can be on hip or chair. Revolve the torso open. Ah, it's so delicious. You take the time to really twist right here before you lift your top arm. It really is a wonderful way to nourish your spine. Right? When we twist the spine and turn the spine in all its different directions, we are nourishing the spine. Take the top arm over your top ear. Pinky edge is closest to the floor. And lift your top ear to the inner arm. Top ear to bicep. Stretch. Bend the front knee any amount more you can. Root some more weight into the outer edge of your back foot. Yes. Again, if you want to go deeper, that bottom hand is going to go to the block or to the floor. But I'm going to stay on this side with my elbow on my thigh. Because that feels really good to me today. And breathe. Good, good, good. To come out of it, press down. You can press into the chair, press off your knee, press into your feet, and slowly come up. And breathe. Wiggle out the hips, wiggle out your hands. In fact, let's do something for your hands. Interlace your hands like this. We'll do roly-poly. And you're going to move your one wrist away from your chest, and the other one toward, away and toward, in a figure 8. So I don't know what's better on the side. Maybe you could see it if I turn. So my elbows are relaxed. And I'm rolling, rolling. I hear a lot of cracks in my wrists, so don't worry if you feel that too. And then go the other way. Take it toward yourself and away, toward and away. Okay, now pause a moment. Look at your hands. Which index finger and thumb is on top? Make note of that. And then switch it all out. And now do the roly-poly. That can feel really awkward because it's your non-dominant hand. So just notice playfully. Good, good, good. And then do same position of the hand, but reverse the direction. Yeah. Good, good, good. And release. Now everyone, please come to the floor. I'd like you to come lay on your belly. Right. So let's do what I call diagonals. You can come onto your belly. Yeah. And take your left arm forward and your right arm alongside the body with the right palm pressing to the floor. The top hand, the left hand, you could have your pinky edge of the hand to the floor. Foreheads to the floor. Join your legs together. Now here, to prepare, press the tops of your feet down, your tailbone down, lift your navel, your belly button. And when you're ready on the next inhalation, inhale, lift your head. Lift the right leg. And you can stay there with the navel lifting, tailbone down. Or for max challenge, lift your left arm up as well. So the left arm is lifting, the right leg is lifting, navel is lifting, tailbone down. The last bone of your spine presses downward. My right hand is helping me lift because I'm pressing that right hand into the floor Breathe, breathe, breathe. And when you need to release it, let it go. Let's switch. Right arm forward, left arm alongside the body to prepare. Again, press the tops of your feet down. Make that connection to the earth with the tops of your feet. So look at my feet, I'm pressing down. Tailbone down, navel lifts. On an inhale, lift head, lift left leg. You can stay here, or for the full pose, you're lifting the right arm as well. Right arm lifting, left arm lifting, navel lifting, tailbone down, left hand pressing onto the floor to help support you. Stretch, 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 stretch. Really good, and rest. Make a forearm pillow, wiggle your hips out. And breathe. Good, let's do two things for the abs. Forearms on floor, elbows under armpits. Forearms parallel, wrists parallel, palms face the floor. Now, tuck your toes under. This is for your lower abdominals. And remember, feel free to skip it if you're thinking, not for me, okay? Toes press, knees press. Keeping that, drag your elbows back toward your hips isometrically. Means they won't really move, but it's as if they're moving. And you'll feel your torso pull forward out of the waistline to create some space at the lower lumbar. This is important. Keeping that, melt the torso a little bit between your upper arms. You release the upper chest down a little bit. You'll feel your blades move on your back. So keeping all of that, toes press, knees press, inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips. Round your back here. Really round your back, like scoop out the belly. And breathe, tailbone down, lift your head a little bit, claw the floor a little bit. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release. Let's try that again for rest. Toes press, knees press, navel lifts. When you're ready, lift your hips. Your knees are on the floor to start. Knees are pressing. Then if you want to try the variation where you pick up your knees, go ahead and try that. Knees lift, press out through the heels, round your back. This is really important. Round your back here to engage the core and give you the strength to hold the pose. Good, and release. Nice, everybody. Now, turn onto your side, please. Support your head. Bend both legs. This is for your quads. Nice stretch for your quads. I'd like you to hold onto your knee, slide the hand down the shin so you can hold onto your toes. You'll press back like this. The knee goes behind your hips. Now that can be hard for some of you, so I'm going to show you how to access this with a strap. So I just make a little loop in the strap. I put the loop at the front of my ankle, and both knees are bent, and I press the knee back. You see how I'm holding the strap? The inner thigh is parallel to the floor, inner ankle parallel to the floor. You should feel a nice stretch here. Still keep your navel pressing back towards spine as you do this. For those of you that want max stretch, you're taking it back, 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 and you're pressing your heel to the mid-butt. Good. And let's go to the other side. Gently roll over. Get your strap ready if you need it. Knees are bent. That will stabilize you. Hold on to the top knee. Slide your hand down the shin so you can hold your toes. Kick back behind your own hip. Kick it back. Navel towards spine. And again, if that's hard for you, you'll grab your strap, make a little loop, and the loop goes in front of the ankle. And you'll be here. Inner thigh parallel to the floor, inner knee parallel to the floor, inner ankle parallel to the floor. So this is a quad stretch, thigh stretch. I like it too because it also helps to open the psoas area a little bit. Really good. Now sit up. Legs in front, Dandasana, hands behind you. Lift the sternum, flex your feet. Staff pose, stick pose. You're engaging your quads. You're pressing the backs of the legs downward. Good. Let's do a twist. We haven't done a seated twist today, so let's do that. 3 options. Lean on the right hand. The right knee is bent. The foot can be on the same side of its own hip. That's choice A. And you hold on with the left hand. Choice B is you cross it over. That's an intermediate challenge. The full pose, you're going to lean toward the straight leg, kind of roll to your left hip, and fold that leg underneath you until you can have that left heel to the outside of the right hip and both hips are on the floor. If you cannot get both hips on the floor, go back a version. Straighten the bottom leg and do this version or this version, okay? So everyone, you're leaning on your right hand, you're holding onto that right leg with the left hand. Inhale, lengthening your spine. And as you exhale, gently twist to the right. Breathe in, lengthening your spine. Breathe out. Just enjoy this twisting action. Wring out tension. What can you let go of? Breathe. Full breath in, long breath out. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Switch your legs. Switch your hands. Now you're leaning on your left hand. Choice A, the left knee is bent and the foot is on the same side of its own hip. That's choice A. B, you cross over. C, you want to roll to the straight leg side and bend so that both knees are bent, the right heels to the outside of the left hip. But if you find that you cannot get both hips to rest on the floor, then you want to go back and try the other version. Everyone, lean on your left hand. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Your right hand is holding the left knee and gently pulling it across yourself, across your midline. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. To come out of the pose, inhale, please come back to center. Nice, everybody. Good. Now take a strap. Put it around both your feet. Your legs are straight. I'd like you to bend your knees and pull on the strap. So you're rocking to the fronts of your sit bones. You're getting the lower lumbar to draw in and up. Scoot your sit bones back a little bit. Now, bow your torso. Bend your elbows out to the side. Try to get the lower ribs connecting to your thighs. Now, some of you might not need the strap anymore. You might just hold on to the toes directly. That's fine. Those that want more challenge, as you fold, the more deeply you fold, keep that connection, lower ribs to thighs. And then you bow. Ultimately, you'll straighten the legs. So those of us that are working more here, what I'm interested in is the shape of your pelvis, right? You want to draw that lower lumbar spine in and up. Rock to the fronts of your sit bones. You can stay here, shoulder blades on your back. And then over time, you scoot your sit bones back, you scoot your heels more forward, the legs start to get straighter, the hamstrings start to stretch, be more flexible, sit bones back, heels forward, and then fold, fold. So work at your own capacity, be very gentle with yourself, and know that over time, everything gets easier. Really, it does. And even if it remains difficult, you just over time you get this delicious understanding of the poses and the way your body works, and just getting centered with the breath just feels so good. Bow and release. Open your back body the deeper you bow. As you hold the pose, I like the forward bends. They really take you to the present moment. You literally can't see what's behind you. You literally can't see what's in front of you. You're just here right now in this moment, and this can be very calming. We're practicing together on our mats. How great is that? How lucky we are. Good. Now let's do a meditation together. And for this meditation, I would like you to actually lay down. And then after meditation, we'll go right into Shavasana, which is formal deep rest. So do put a sweatshirt on, socks on, blanket, so that you can be comfortable. We'll be here for a little bit. If you'd like to take a blanket to support your head, that's also really nice to do. So for this meditation, I will guide you through, and I will ring a chime to start, and I'll ring a chime to end. So I'll guide you through this. We'll do about 5 minutes in meditation and then 5 minutes in Shavasana. Okay? So come to lie down now. I'll sit up so you can hear me better. So come to lie down in a comfortable position, arms alongside the body to start. Feet are going to be outer hip width apart. If your lower back feels a little tender, go ahead and bend your knees a little bit. And you can keep your knees bent throughout. Bring your awareness now to your breath. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And now I'd like you to place one hand on your heart. And you'll leave the hand there throughout this meditation. The heart center in yogic tradition is an important chakra. Chakra means wheel or circle of light. And it's a major energy center in your body. So as you place your hand there on your heart, offer compassion to the place in yourself that is maybe feeling helpless, fearing loss, or is experiencing loss right now. Offer that compassion to yourself there in your heart. The act of physically putting your hand on your heart is vital to coming to a sense of peace. There is a network of neurons in the heart area, and when there's warmth and pressure on the heart area, it actually calms the sympathetic nervous system and actually reduces fear in the center of the brain. Breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply. This is a wonderful practice to calm your nervous system, to retrain your body to come away from the fight or flight syndrome and to come back to the resting state, homeostasis. So for today, I'd like you to just continue keeping your hand on your heart. And for the meditation part, what I'd like you to do is two things. Visualize a beautiful emerald green at the heart center. And you can repeat a mantra to yourself. A mantra means tool of the mind. And the heart center is associated with what's called a bija mantra, a seed mantra, a sound, a single syllable sound. And that sound is yam. So you'll repeat to yourself over and over, very gently, every exhale, yam. And you can choose to repeat it silently or to repeat it out loud. Yam. And as you enter that sound, let the lips vibrate with that sound. Feel it in the lips, feel it in your chest, under your heart. Yam. Begin now. Continue to visualize a beautiful emerald green color at the heart center. And repeat to yourself, Yam, Yam. Now you can gently release that mantra practice and continue to rest, completely rest in Shavasana, the pose of repose, allowing your body to integrate all the benefits of these practices. Shanti. 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 Very gently, please begin to deepen your breath. Start to move your fingers, your toes. Very gently come up to sitting. That chant means peace, peace, peace. So I hope that this practice has brought you, even if it's just a moment of peace, I hope it has brought you some peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hope to see you again. Sunday's my next class at 10:30. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, Ann.
You're welcome.